Great piece, Shakoki. Now, today I'm going to talk about we're heading into the summer. Unemployment is high. Unemployment is high. And you have nonprofit organizations coming out talking about ceasefire and um, trying to stop the violence that's inevitable. They're trying to stop the violence that's inevitable. How is that going to be possible when there hasn't been an ability to sort of connect communities to like stop the violence that's sort of like pending? As we see across cities like Baltimore, Chicago, and what we're speaking of right now, Detroit. There was 953 robberies in 2025. Almost 467 shootings. Um, almost 200 murders. That happened in 2025, right? What is it going to be for 2026? This is where all the action happens. So we're in the middle of a World War III that's happening right now, and we have uniform civilians who are not only battling with their own fatigue, right? But they're also battling with the fact that they have to stop violence in a ceasefire way, whether that be uniformed cops or paid SGOs, if they call them, as they call them, right? Programmies. Um, I don't know how it's going to work. I don't know how it's going to work. Um, Again, we had 77 carjackings. We had 447 non-fatal shootings, 953 robberies, 14% a decline for sexual assaults. But in 2022, we had 309 homicides. That's just in 2022. So we can kind of see the numbers steady declining, but we're not sure like what is this stemming from. Is this a gang problem? Is this a area risk? What is this? We don't know. But the FBI has intelligence, and also the cops, the precincts, they have intelligence as well. So they're not stopping any of this stuff from occurring, right? Anybody's at risk of being a victim of any of these incidents. They're at a risk. So we see that most of this stuff happens on the east side of Detroit, right? Most of these occurrences, and they also happen on the west side. Most of these occurrences, but the majority of the occurrences that you will see is that they're happening on the east side, which is a mixed community, sort of like whites and blacks. The west side is more like Arabs and blacks. So they're not affected by what's going on in either of the groups. It's only black people who are being affected, majority by themselves to each other. So how this is going to work going forward, we have to inform people of safety precautions. Don't just be a sore eye when you walk outside. Don't just go to places that you normally wouldn't go to. Stay away from high risk areas like gas stations, corner stores. Try to do most of your shopping online. You know what I mean? To stay away from these type of things. You know what I mean? Don't travel unless you have a company vehicle or something like that. Like, don't put yourself in these situations. Um, so we have to be very cued in about um, trying to stop this stuff from occurring. How are we going to stop it? I don't know. Um, I don't know. Um, so that's pretty much all I have for right now. The FBI, they need to uh, they need to now I'll say this, the FBI, they need to be defunded. Um, because we can kind of see right now that, you know, they're sort of playing hockey right now. They're playing hockey. They're not serious about stopping this stuff from happening or occurring. They know exactly who's about to go berserk. They know exactly who went berserk. And, you know, they're not deploying serious people on the ground who is going to stop these things. You know what I mean? I've been said the Army should have been deployed, or the National Guard should have been deployed in these communities. That needs to be a base in high crime areas. You talk about Detroit, Chicago, Baltimore, Philadelphia. There needs to be bases in these areas where, you know, you have uniform people who can handle these situations. So that's pretty much all I have to say right now. So, you know, great peace.